Hey everybody, I know it's been a while since I've made a video for YouTube or just to share, but I wanted to kind of explain that and where I'm going to go from there. I know in my first couple of videos I had said I'm interested to see where God takes this, and me not doing them as often kind of took away from God's plan of being able to do anything with them because they weren't there for Him to do anything with. I had started the videos because of the COVID pandemic that was going on and kind of what was just going on in our world and things like that, and not being able to be in the church in a class setting to teach my teens and have our youth Wednesday nights and things like that being canceled because of what was going on in the world. So I wanted to still be able to teach because I love teaching and it's what I was called to do. And I do it for teenagers on Sundays and, you know, older elementary and younger middle school kids on Wednesday nights. So I hope these videos are for, all age groups and things like that, of course, but I always gear towards teenagers because that's where I was when I really needed a mentor type of following of looking at me and telling me when I'm doing something wrong or when I needed to be encouraged or whatever, and I didn't have that. So I lean towards that age group because I know the struggles that they go through and what they're facing and things like that, where I hear parents at times and even think to myself sometimes, school's not that hard. Life's not that hard. Kids are making it harder than it needs to be, but everybody's experience at school or just in life in general is different. There's people who had an easy, every day I show up to school, I do my work, I have my friends, I do things after school with people, and then I start over the next day. But not everybody has that. A lot of people are terrified to go to school. A lot of people may not be the best person in school, the best student, and don't want to go because of that, or don't want to go because of another person, whether it's a bully type of situation or not having friends or whatever. Everybody's life is different and everybody's going through different things, and we get to a point to where we have to understand that life is different for everybody, and school, work, doesn't matter the age. Our life in general is different for everybody. So just because it was easy for you, or just because you see that it's easy for somebody else, doesn't mean that you're supposed to be in the same place. I did a video that said don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. We're all in different places. We're all going through different things in our life. And we need to understand that for ourselves. We need to understand that so that we're not trying to be something that we're not. We're not trying to be somewhere in our life that we're not there yet, to where it discourages us to want to give up and just not want to try anymore. And on the opposite side of that, we need to understand that not everybody's on the same level as we are at certain things. And if we just dismiss them, then that's where they're going to stay. They're not going to grow any because we've already told them they're not good enough or they're never going to make it. People in general are told that all the time. Kids and teenagers are told that way too much. When you're told, especially as a 7, 8, 9-year-old kid, that you're not good enough for something, it's ridiculous because you haven't had time to get good at something yet. When you're a teenager and you're told you're not good enough, or you're never going to be able to do that, or your grades aren't good enough to get you into this school, or that profession is going to be too hard for you, or whatever, you're making kids give up. You're making people give up before they have a chance to see if it's something that they can do. They need to prove to themselves before they worry about proving to you or proving to anybody else. So on the flip side, teens, kids that watch this, you need to prove to yourself before you need to worry about other people's validation. Prove to yourself, find out for yourself if whatever it is that you're going after is something that you're going to like, before you worry about whatever anybody else thinks about the situation or the topic. You want to join the military, make sure you're strong enough to join the military. You want to be a doctor, make sure you care for school and care for people enough to take that many extra years of schooling that it's required to get there. You want to be a mechanic, make sure you like, cars and engines and stuff as much as you can before you step into that life and realize that wasn't for you. It was a small little fling of excitement for you for a while or something. But whatever it is, at any level, make sure it's something you love before you worry about other people's decisions on if it's good for you, because their decisions don't matter anyways. Those decisions are what's going to make you money. It's what's going to make you happiness. It's what's going to pay your bills. It's what's going to provide for your family. And that's everything. Job, school, all of that goes into that topic of providing for yourself or your family or whatever that situation might be. So understanding who you are is essential for understanding or allowing other people to cast judgment or give advice. There's a quote I heard years ago that said, "Don't take criticism from somebody that you wouldn't take advice from." If it's somebody that isn't trying to better you in your life, in your walk with God, in your everyday school or adult life, if it's somebody that you wouldn't take that kind of advice from to help better you as a person, then don't take their criticism either, because chances are, if you're not going to take advice from them, you're not extremely close enough to them to where their opinion is going to matter even tomorrow. They may not be in your life the next day. They may not be in your life next year, whatever it is. We've got to understand who we are as individuals first before we worry about what anybody else thinks. But I started this video to talk about, why I haven't made any videos in a while. And I think the last one was maybe close to 2 months ago now. I had a message from somebody who watched one or two or however many of the other videos, and sent me a message thanking me for them and talking about how that they had went through some things recently or that day, and watched the videos and was able to feel at peace and get something out of it and feel better about themselves or the situation they were going through or whatever was going on. And they just wanted to let me know that they saw the video and thank me for making it or whatever. Little did they know that text message was much more for me than they expected when they just sent a simple text message thanking me for a video, because literally the day before and a couple days before, I had been thinking about the videos and how I hadn't made one in a while, and was it worth it? I'm sure they were. I didn't go look, but I'm sure they weren't getting a lot of views. I haven't publicized that I've been doing the videos much, because I'm not doing it for attention. I'm doing it just to be me, to get my messages out that God's given me, or just to talk daily life of what people are going through or whatever. But to me, when I saw that message, was like a weight being lifted, because, like I said, I started the videos to see what God could do with them, and He did something with that one. Whatever video that was, He did something with that video, and by me getting that text message, whether it's the way that you would look at it or not, me getting that text message solidified for me that God's going to use the videos. And if He's already used one, He's already touched one person, then I need to continue doing it. It may be another 6 months, it may be another 6 years before somebody else that really needs to see it sees it. And that's okay, because just like my testimony that I'll share on here eventually, God gave me a serious part of my testimony to share and help other people. And one time when I gave my testimony in front of a youth group, the first time I ever really shared it and got real deep into it, a teen girl got saved that night. So it was very humble experience to see that the hardships that I went through not that I had a hard life or anything like that, but the hardships that I went through and the things that even my family didn't know about, and you still don't know about necessarily, help somebody else. And if that's the only person that ever gets anything out of my testimony and what I went through, it was worth every minute of it. Because all we're supposed to do is try to help lead God's kingdom and better God's kingdom and add more people to God's kingdom. And through that testimony and anybody's testimony, your testimony, your parents' testimony, your kids' testimony, brother, sister testimony, whatever it may be, people are going to go through some of the same situations that you have gone through before. You're not the only person that's ever gone through whatever hardship type of situation you're going through or have gone through. There's too many people in the world for everybody to only have one problem and not overlap and not have somebody else that has the same problem. So understanding that what we go through can help other people if we're allowing it to, by sharing what we went through and being willing to talk to other people or help other people that are going through the same situations. Just understand that we're all in this together, and I've said this in a couple of videos, I'm sure, but we're all in this together. We're all fighting the same fight. The world's hard enough on us through the media and social media and movies we watch, music we listen to. The world can be hard enough for us to take on ourselves. So when we allow other people or outside people to jump into that as well and make it harder on us, we got to understand, we got to really dig in and understand as Christians, we've got to be there to help other people. We've got to do our part to better God's kingdom, to better our community, our society, our world, our country, whatever it is that you're wanting to better. It can start with you. It can start with a youth group. It can start with a Sunday school class. It can start with a church. It can start with an individual. It doesn't matter, as long as somebody starts taking those steps to bettering whatever it is, your community, your neighborhood, your house, your school, your workplace. We can do it. We can do it together. You can start individually and take on other people at your school or at your workplace, inside your house, in your neighborhood, and start on the right steps of making the world around us a better and safer place. So I'll definitely work on getting more videos out there just for whoever can watch them, whoever wants to watch them. And like I said, it may be years from now before a video ever gets seen again, but God's going to use them, and I trust that He had a reason for me to want to start these to begin with. It has nothing to do with me or how good of a teacher I am. I'm not. You can tell by how exciting of a video this is just by watching it. It's just the words that I feel like God has given me to say, and being a willing vessel. Just another thing that God can call us to do is share. And if you have any questions, have any comments, want a video on a certain topic or whatever it may be, just let me know. Message me, whatever you need to do, and I'll study up on it and get a video out. So thanks for joining today, and can't wait to get more videos started. Thanks, guys.